Hey Sass Squad, welcome to the video. Do I have a spicy team for you today? So I'm actually running a team with Best Buddy Victreebel, which has to be a hundo of course, and a hundo Skarmory with Machamp. I personally don't recommend this team, but I wanted to show you guys, this is the first set I did today on stream. It was a 5-0, but we soon learned that there was a lot of Charizard running around and our team kind of struggled with Charizard. So I ended up switching Victreebel off, but I really wanted to share these battles because they were just insane. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys like this video, consider subscribing. I do a lot of spice teams here on the channel, and also consider giving a like or a dislike depending on how you feel. Also, a little disclaimer, you're going to see a clip of me because I was doing my green screen setup. You'll kind of see a part of me in the battles. Just ignore that because these are from my stream earlier. I just wanted to do some post commentary over it, that way it's a little faster. Anyways, let's jump into it. Alrighty, so this first battle we have Skarmory versus Machamp, which can be kind of a scary matchup depending on how we deal with it. A little bit of lag there, but I don't think it really affected anything. I'm gonna decide not to shield the very first move, which maybe isn't the best play. It's hard because Skarmory definitely doesn't enjoy getting hit by counter, even though it is a flying type. It's because of its still typing. So I'm gonna have to shield, and I'm gonna commit and try to throw my energy, because I think they are probably gonna commit 2 shields and try to farm down. I end up doing a switch here to Victreebel, and it's kind of funny because I completely forgot that they had no shields on stream, and I was like, why didn't they shield this? But yeah, I went straight Sludge Bomb, and it's insane how much damage that does here. I arguably should have just not shielded with Victreebel, but I ended up just shielding, and I do a little bit of damage. I'm going to bring in Skarmory. I should have just not shielded and saved that shield here, because as you can see, I could have actually farmed down on the Machamp. But this isn't too bad either, because now this might have actually mattered a little bit, because getting that little bit of energy lead may have helped us against this Tangrowth, because Power Whip's gonna hurt, but us able to get off 2 cross chops is game. Yeah, these battles today, the very first day of Ultra League in Season 4 is, again, the Wild West. Premier League is probably my favorite out of the 2 we could be running, so I'll probably be doing mainly Premier Cup coverage here on the channel. Okay, so GG's the first game, and our second opponent, we get Lapras. So I have 2 ways to deal with Lapras on my team, but I guess I was thinking maybe I could take a Surf, launch a Brave Bird, and see where we go from here. One of the problems that I learned about playing this team was I kind of needed Skarmory in a lot of scenarios I wasn't able to keep it for, because I wasn't really sure what the teams were until they played out. But they switch in Shadow Glade, which is going to add up damage here by their confusions, but I can get a shield, fortunately. And I know I could probably take a Leaf Blade, and I just end up doing that. And right as we're going for the farm down, they launch another Leaf Blade. So I'm going to shield, and then again, I have energy. So they switch back in Lapras, and I think I thought it might be better, even though I have the energy, to just let Skarmory die. And again, really interesting that our next opponent was also running Tangrowth in the back. I feel like I didn't see much Tangrowth last season, but it's not a terrible pick. This whole Ultra League Premier is definitely very diverse. Anyways, similar scenario, we're going to be able to fortunately get off another cross chop here before they're able to launch any energy, and that is game, because Lapras cannot survive the counter down. GG's. Very spicy team. I definitely made some changes to this team that I'm happy with, but I don't want to necessarily talk about that here. Definitely consider following me on Twitch though, because I do stream Monday through Thursday, 1 p.m. Pacific time. Okay, so we have a Scizor lead. I decided that's a pretty great scenario for me, so I'm gonna stay in. They get the boost, but they switch out on it, and they switch in Gyarados, and I decide, you know what, I'm just gonna go for Brave Bird before I switch out the Victreebel. and it pays off. They bring in the Charizard, and a little scary for our team in general, but I'm going to launch some energy, and thankfully we do get one shield. I was very nervous about what to do against a Charizard, so I decided to bring him a Machamp, and I'm kind of banking that my opponent is going to use Dragon Claw here, which is a great call on my end, because that's what they do. I end up shielding, and it is Dragon Claw, but that's fine. I'm going to shield this, and fortunately I did, because it is actually the Blast Burn. They bring back in the Scizor. I can align Skarmory back up with it, and this puts me in a pretty nice scenario, because it is the Fury Cutter variant. So it is getting energy, but none of its moves are too threatening to me. So I can throw my energy here with Skarmory, and they don't shield, which is fine. And they're going to throw their energy, which doesn't knock me out, but they got the boost upon dying. And Charizard comes in, and I was pretty scared here. I throw my Cross Chop, and fortunately we do get the shield, and I can get the Rock Slide off. Really scary. I think Cross Chop maybe could have. I don't know. It was really close. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like you'll kind of see a little bits of me because I have my. Yeah, whatever. I don't need to explain. You probably already understood what I was getting at earlier. Anyways, so we get Skarmory versus the Crustal, and man, if you guys know anything about this channel or my experience playing Ultra League Premier, we sure love Crustal. So this was kind of a traitor move for our Crustal friend to come in here, and of course I get baited against this one Pokemon I run all the time. Someone's literally saying "in crust we trust." It's something that we'd like to say on my stream. Anyways, I'm gonna switch directly to Victreebel here against the Gyarados. I know that there's a really good chance this is Aqua Tail, but I decided I'm just gonna throw my energy to get the knockout, waste all of their energy gain, and instead of, I do actually commit the shield, and I'm like, well, Razor Leaf could do a little bit of damage here, and Crustal is gonna throw another X-Scissor. Doesn't kill me, so I can actually do slight more damage, and I can bring Skarmory in and actually Air Slash down at that point. And they have a Lucario in the back line, which I felt like was guaranteed win if I can get that Cross Chop, baby. I don't think there's any moves that could one-shot me. Like, I don't think Shadow Ball could have done it. Maybe it was running close combat. I'm not entirely sure, to be fair. GG's. These were very spicy battles. Today was the Wild West, but if you guys want to check out, I will be trying to run more Skarmory and focus more on Skarmory throughout the rest of this week. As far as I know, this was a really fun team. Okay, so we're going to switch out to Victreebel here. Very nice for us because I just want to make sure this wasn't an Ice Beam, and it is a Surf. So since they're throwing double Surf, I'm not going to bother shielding the second one. Just want to make sure we weren't going to get hit by Ice Beam. And we can actually farm down on Lapras, which is really nice. We're going to throw our energy here right away. It's definitely the best thing we can do. We want to just... Shadow Machamp can be kind of scary. I'm going to line Skarmory back up here. And I think I decide I want to take a move because I can launch my energy and they're definitely going to shield. Which, they actually made a nice switch there. They switched to the Charizard, and that got me a little nervous. But now we're in a pretty... Okay, I make the really risky play. I think it was pretty obvious that was the Dragon Claw, and I know I can tank it. So I'm going to go for that bait now, and they don't shield. So we knock out Charizard with Cross Chop, and they bring in their Shadow Machamp, and it's really scary. It's really scary what's going to happen, but I'm pretty sure we just shield this, and I think we get there. Oh no, because they threw energy, we snuck in a fast attack, and we end up just air slashing down. Really intense battles, honestly. Yeah, so this was our first battle of the day, and pretty insane, but I personally don't think you should run this team. I think Victreebel does have some play. I think it'd be worth exploring those Pokemon more individually, because this whole team's spicy. But thank you guys for checking out this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Consider checking me out on Twitch. Until next time, Sass Squad, getting stronger each and every day. You guys have a good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you're tuning in. Peace out.